What's up, everybody? Ohrion here with a nice special guest. Man, it's been a long time coming, man. We got Matt Cutshall, aka the Emo King over here. You guys
Let's go. What's
yes.
up?
I love how you're in your kitchen, first and foremost. Like, this is
Bro, my wife designed a beautiful kitchen. I gotta show it off.
that is a beautiful kitchen. We're actually in the middle of like trying to buy a place right now. We live in a shoebox, so I've sold my place and moved in with my fiance now, and we've been here for probably about 5 years now, almost. So yeah, we're dying to get back into the house market kind of thing. So it's just crazy time right now.
Dude, what city are you in right now?
We're like the Toronto area. So I'm
Toronto area.
Canadian.
Okay.
Not
Got
a
it.
lot of people know that I'm Canadian. It's kind of funny.
Well, that's why you're so nice.
I wouldn't go that
There,
way. I
bro,
mean, I am a nice guy, but
every Canadian that I've met have just been so damn nice.
I appreciate that. Okay, so yeah, sorry, I had like a whole spiel ready to go. I'm like, type this all up. So yeah, let me get back into this here. So you guys might have known Matt from his earlier Vine days. I mean, his viral "Emo's Not Dead" video series. He has an amazing merch line. He's got coffee. And you might also know him from his older band, It Boys. I mean, back in the MySpace days, at least. The one thing, I've never really listened to It Boys. I can't say that I have, and I started listening to him a little bit just so I can get a little bit familiar for this thing. But yeah, if you guys know, and obviously you guys follow me as well, his newer band, Your Broken Hero, which the album drops June 17th, and it's called The End, and it's got some wicked features on it. Man, I'm very excited to talk about it. We got freaking awesome people like Under Oath, Newfound Glory, Census Fail, Simple Plan, August Burns Red, Reclaim the Fallen, Secondhand Serenade, and The Almost. Which we're going to talk a lot about on this podcast. So, Matt, thank you so much for joining us. What is up, man?
What is up, my dude? It's been a while. Obviously, we follow each other on social media. Love watching your reactions, especially when you're reacting to the Your Broken Hero stuff. So I appreciate you. And yeah, bro, I'm excited to jump on here. I know I told you off camera, but I just don't do interviews because for the most part, I just don't enjoy it all that much.
Okay.
But like, you're a guy that I enjoy talking to. And so when Gavin told me that you want to do a little podcast interview, I was stoked. I was like, he's a homie. We'll just kind of catch up and talk some shit.
Dude, I love that. And yeah, it has been a minute, man. Like, I think I guess like the first time that I've really kind of caught your brand and like what you were doing is, I mean, my fiance actually introduced me to you and your content. So it came to like those Facebook videos that kind of went viral, the Emo's Not Dead, felt emo, might delete stuff. So we really related a lot on that. And I think it was your one song that I was just like addicted to for a long ass time. And you shared one of my videos for it. I'm like, oh shit, fucking Matt Cutshall like shared it. And it was the Emo King. Like you were like rapping about Take It Back Sunday, Under Oath, and all this. And I'm like, wow, this is really cool. And as for myself coming into the reaction world and like content creation, I was so admired by what you have done with your brand, with yourself, and then come to learn that you've kind of like grown on Vine as well. And then Vine's not really around anymore. So tell us about that, man. How's that like transition coming in from like Vine to, I guess, the new age social media?
Dude, well, first of all, thanks for the compliments. I'm so stoked that you've been along the journey for a while. As you said, I did start on Vine, and I was working at I had every odd job you can think of, from working at a car stereo store to bussing tables. I was, right before I actually hit Vine, I was a server at Sir Restaurant. There's a show called Vanderpump Rules that's based on the staff that works at this restaurant, and I worked there before and during that show when it came about. So that was my last job until I kind of quit to pursue social media full time. But I remember I was a server at the restaurant, and I picked up Vine because it sounded fun, and I would just started with 0 followers, obviously, and I would just shoot random videos of me and the bussers doing weird shit. And then I just started gaining followers, and it took about, I'm going to say, I started Vine in 2013, and in 2015, probably 2 years later, I started doing like some brand deals, and I'd get like $800 here to promote this sock company and $500 here to promote this hat brand or whatever. And then in 2016, I saw it really taking off,
Yeah.
I quit my restaurant job to just put all my eggs in that basket and kind of pursue it. So I did Vine from 2013 until I feel like it was 2017 when Vine was shut down, I
Okay.
think. So I got a few years on Vine, and then that was devastating. I had to jump from Vine to I remember when I found out from the people at Vine that Vine was going to be taken down. I was like devastated because I had gotten to like I got to like 2 million followers and I started from scratch.
Wow.
And I was like, are you kidding me? I've worked my ass off. I quit my job to pursue this, and now they're taking Vine away. So I would go on Vine and I would beg my followers, I was like, go to Instagram, follow me on Instagram, please. And I probably got 300,000 followers on Instagram of the 2 million. So it still felt like a little bit of a hit to start, from 300,000 instead of 2 million. Like, I mean, bro, you know the game. It's really,
Yeah.
really hard to constantly put out content and grow your social media. So then I just started, doing Instagram videos, and fast forward, that led to, I believe the very beginning of 2019 or very end of 2018, I had a one-off video that was for Instagram, and I had an idea. And so I don't know, I'm going to say before I filmed my first Felt Emo video, a few weeks back, I was with Ariel. We were dating. We weren't engaged yet. So she was my girlfriend, and we were on Snapchat, and she kept putting her hair over my, to make it look like bangs.
Oh,
So she would put
they
it
actually
right
had like an
here.
emo thing for Snapchat, right?
Not then,
Not that. Oh, okay. Okay.
not
Okay.
then, because no one was talking about emo. No one was talking about it.
You're right.
But I loved all those bands. Obviously, I grew up in that scene, and so Ariel put her hair over me, and I was on Snapchat, and I was just singing like Secondhand Serenade and Taking Back Sunday and Emery. And I was just kind of like singing some of my favorite songs to the camera. And I got such a big reaction from all the people on Snapchat. They're like, oh my God, I haven't heard of Taking Back Sunday for years or whatever. And I was like, interesting. I'm connected with a lot of people through the Snapchat story. I'm going to do a one-off video. So I did a one-off video. It was like a 30-second video. And I put on a wig, I put on a black hoodie, and I called it Felt Emo Might Delete. And it was a one-off video. It wasn't supposed to be anything more than that. It was just a one-time video. And at the time, I had posted it on my Instagram, and then it did very well on Instagram, but I also posted it to my Facebook. My Facebook then had probably like 10,000 followers, and put it on Facebook. I shut my Facebook. I don't pay much attention to it. And then about 2 days later, I go back to my Facebook and I open it up, and it had like 400,000 or 500,000 views.
Oh, right on.
My videos only would get 5,000 to 10,000 views. So it was like insane. And I was like, this can't be real. And I went through the comments, and it was my first viral Facebook video. So I told my wife, my then girlfriend, Ariel, I was like, we got to do another one. So I titled it. I didn't want to mess with the algorithm at all, or like what I did. So I titled it Felt Emo Might Delete. I just did it again. And then I did the same thing with a different song. That went viral. Third one went viral. Fourth one. Every single one just kept going. And I started building this community on Facebook of people who were like, yo, I have not heard that band in so long. And it just started growing and growing. And then different bands started following me and being like, hey, I'd love to hop in for a feature. So then I started featuring the bands. And then the content went from doing a cell phone to calling a buddy to hold a camera for me to then having a cameraman. Like it kind of grew organically. So the very long story, probably longer, is it was supposed to be a one-off video.
Wow.
And it hit so well that I just kept going, and here we are.
That's amazing, man. Honestly, and I love that you've like even just tried posting a video. I mean, I listened to like a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk, and I just read his last book, Day Trading Attention. I don't know if you've read it yet, but it's very good, especially like in our market for, the bigger creators that are just looking to kind of advance and stuff like that. But he's talking about, he kind of brought that ocean spray guy from TikTok. He was like skateboarding and stuff and drinking the ocean spray. And I heard his story for the first time on that book from Gary Vaynerchuk. And he's saying, he's like, man, that guy, the only mistake he almost made was just not posting. that video. That guy almost not posted that, and he got brand deals, this and that and that and this. But like things were so different back then with social media. So like to have that kind of success on Facebook and stuff like that, that's incredible in that era. So wow. I love hearing that, man. Like seriously.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's been quite the journey, and like you said, it was. If I didn't post that video, then this entire Emo's Not Dead brand wouldn't exist. It was from that one-off video. So, I owe a lot of it to my wife, who then was like, just put her hair over my forehead for that Snapchat story. But yeah, bro, I'm so happy and blessed to be here.
100%, dude. I love it. I love what you've become, the community that you build. And I think it's kind of weird that you said that as well. It's like people are listening or watching your video and stuff like that, and they're like, I haven't heard that song in so long. And like to me, I'm like, bro, that's like in my everyday rotation. Like a lot of like, Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance, I mean, The Used, like a lot of that stuff. So it's kind of crazy to hear other people say that kind of stuff. But hey, we're reliving it. We're keeping that like emo stuff alive. I feel like I'm kind of doing the same thing with the whole Bleth thing. I feel
100%,
like,
bro.
yeah,
You're a huge part of the movement, and so they're relying on us, man. We gotta keep the content. We gotta keep it moving.
I agree with that. I really do, man. Emo's not dead. The Blessed not dead, man. Maybe there'll be a collab or something one day.
Let's Not Dead is dope. I like that.
Yes. But yo, okay. So you have an album coming up, and obviously I want to talk about that. And I have listened to it. I thought it was really good, man. There's a lot of catchy songs on there, and I've already done some reactions on some of them. And I love what you're going for on this whole entire album. So before we get into this video, not video, I mean, we're on the video. Before we get into this talk here, I kind of want to know what your definition is on the term music, or sorry, emo music, because I feel like there's a lot of people gatekeeping the word emo music. And I think this is where it comes and why I'm kind of like digging it out. One of the first reactions that I did was on The Used, and it was like back when like quarantine type days were there. And I loved it. It was nice and heavy. It was The Used that I really wanted. And like I kind of, clickbaited as in like emo's back kind of thing. And I got ripped apart in the comments saying like, this isn't emo music. So I kind of want to know what your definition of like emo is in your eyes when it comes to music, community. And before we get into it, I mean, you're the emo king.
Yeah, dude. Well,
sorry to put the pressure on.
no, appreciate that. No, listen. So, I mean, here's the best way that I can explain it.
Okay.
Emo music has become a part of the overall umbrella of the scene, right? Blink-182 is from the scene. From First to Last is from the scene. They're very different bands.
Exactly.
Black Veil Rises from the scene. Fall Out Boy's from the scene. They're very different bands, right? But they're from the what's now labeled as the emo scene. So when people think emo music, there's not just like 5 or 10 bands that create what emo music is. It's just kind of like our slang of the overall Warped Tour umbrella, if that makes sense. So no one's ever going to be accurate. No one's ever going to be correct in like what is true emo music and what's not. And, essentially what started emo music and so on. Like you can debate that all day. Yeah. But to me, when I say emo music, it just means music from the scene, and the overall scene goes as far as, like I said, Blink-182 to Falling in Reverse, like very different bands, but it all kind of fits. I don't know if that is an explanation that really helps people understand, but that's what it means to me, is like, that's my best way to explain it.
100%. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that a lot, because like for me, yeah, it was those type of days back then, the MySpace era. But then you have like the newer generation kind of coming on as like a little bit of the emo scene. I mean, you have like the emo rap, you got some other stuff that I can't think of bands right off the top, but like I mean, what is it? Magnolia Park, I believe, as well. I don't know if you've heard that band. They're like kind of like punk rock, but like also in that scene. So like I feel like it's kind of evolved in a way of, in different genres, which is what I really like. But I feel like there's just a lot of people that are just like, no, you can't call them emo.
So I will say that when I did some research on this, and it makes a lot of sense, is emo obviously is short for emotional.
Right.
And when you hear a lot of these bands from the emo scene, their lyrics are crying out for help. They're feel very heartbroken. You feel the vulnerability in their voice, in their screams. And so it's emotional music. It's emotional rock music, right? And I think that also can kind of explain what emo music might be. Is like there's true raw emotion behind these bands. They leave it all on stage. They cry with their fans. They scream with their fans. They get angry with their fans. That's real emotion. And so to me, that's also a part of what emo music is that.
Dude, I love exactly how you put that. And to everyone that's kind of like maybe listening and like kind of like, you know, questioning it, I feel like it's just like whatever you feel. Like you said, emotional, whether it's, you know, I feel like a lot of people say like people sing about their emotions all the time. So technically it's like emo kind of thing. But like, yeah, I feel like it was just kind of like that stage, but it has evolved over the time for sure. But yeah, I love how you said that. Okay, so you got your first album kind of dropping right now. You've had a couple singles. I mean, are they singles? The Emo's Not Dead stuff, like Emo King. What are those?
Yeah,
Just one-offs?
yeah. Well, actually, so honestly, Emo King, it was just a one-off because that's not part of the album. That was just I love rapping and I really wanted to just do a comedy video with rap and rap about my favorite bands. So that's a one-off. All the other songs like A Letter to Ashley, Tommy's Face, Red Light Kisser, all those songs are singles of the whole album. So I technically dropped 5 singles before dropping the whole 10-song album.
That's a lot.
Because to be completely honest, I wasn't necessarily when I released A Letter to Ashley and then Tommy's Face, I wasn't yet planning on doing an album. I was just like, hey, I just want to do a couple original songs. And then
you had a Kickstarter after that, right?
Yeah, the reaction was so good on those first 2 songs that I was like, man, I want to create a full album. However, it's insanely expensive. So we had to, you know, I didn't want to go the label route. My old band, It Boys, had bad complications with labels and shit. So I was like, you know what? I want to do this on my own, but how do I do this on my own? So then I did the Kickstarter and was blown away that we had so much support and raised like $293,000 to create an album, the merch that goes with the album, multiple music videos. So that's funded the entire project.
Wow, that's a really big thing. Like I talked to Chris Turner from Ocean's 8 Alaska. Not sure if you know that very technical metalcore band.
Yeah, I haven't listened, but I've heard their name.
Very fun and technically breakdowns and stuff like that. But he was kind of the same way with the quarantine stuff, like COVID, and he raised. And it wasn't nearly as much as that. So I'm thinking like, yeah, the production that you put into this and like everything you're branding at is crazy. So where did you actually come up with the band name, Your Broken Hero? Where does that come from?
So there's a video. Actually, I'll tell you in this order first.
All right.
There's a video that I did with Dashboard Confessional. So I did a Felt Emo Might Delete video with Dashboard, Chris Carrabba. And in the video, I walk into this church and it's a very like holy moment. And he's on stage and just glistening with like fog behind him.
Nice hair.
And then we have a conversation and he says, he essentially says, thanks for keeping the scene alive and thank you for helping to bring this music back. You're our hero. And I say, I'm no hero. I'm just broken. And then Chris Carrabba says, you're our broken hero.
Holy shit.
And I say, I'm your broken hero. And then it goes to be continued. And then we dropped our first Your Broken Hero song. So the name Your Broken Hero, I was technically named by Chris Carrabba, which is legendary. I can't believe that he, you know, blessed me with that name. And that's kind of how we came up with that part of the script that led to naming me Your Broken Hero for the music side.
That's amazing. I got goosebumps even just hearing that, man. Like as someone like as a legend as Mr. Dashboard Confessional over here, like it's just like it's like almost like full circle in a way. That's crazy.
It's pretty wild. And then in the second video, I released A Letter to Ashley was my first song as Your Broken Hero.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris Carrabba names me Your Broken Hero. Then we released A Letter to Ashley. And people don't understand the reference if they just watch A Letter to Ashley. At the very end of A Letter to Ashley, Chris Carrabba comes in and the girl playing his girlfriend is home and she's watching my music video on her phone. And he comes in, he goes, "What are you watching?" She goes, "This new band, Your Broken Hero." And he goes, "Your Broken Hero." And he walks away and puts his hands up like this, like, yeah, like he's like, I named that band. So it was we kind of tied it together for like the true E.N.D fans who wanted to like find those little Easter egg moments.
Dude, I love that so much, man. I didn't know that until like you told me today. So really cool information.
A lot of people don't know that. So go watch it back, and it's really fun to watch.
It's gonna feel way more better just rewatching that music video. And that music video was fantastic too. So this whole album, I know you started off with Letter to Ashley here, but from what I know, this is a little bit of a concept album, a little bit of like a love story thing about you and Ariel's relationship. You want to elaborate on that? What's this all about?
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, dude, I've been through a lot with her. I met her in 2000. I moved to LA in 2006, the very end of 2006. I met her within the first 2 months of living in LA. And I thought she was a bright light. I thought she was obviously gorgeous, but it was just friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started becoming really close friends in 2010. I worked at a clothing store, and she would come in and she would shop there, and she would just come and hang, bring me coffee, and we really started building our friendship. And then I had fallen in love with her probably a couple of years after that, and really was I wanted her, and I let her know. I was like, "Hey, I'm falling for you, and I want to be more than friends." And it took about, I told her 4 years before we were together, so it took a long time. And so in between those 4 years, I tried dating other people. I tried kissing other people to try to hope it got back to her to make her jealous. All that kind of bullshit, right? I was just a little bit like, I was a little bit torn, and I really wanted to be with her. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to go off and do my own thing. Hopefully she gets jealous. And a lot of that comes out in some of the lyrics of the songs. For instance, on Girl Like You, that's more of our like MySpace pop song. I say, and I kiss someone else just to get your attention. And that's the story in Girl Like You is essentially about that time of my life.
Yeah.
Same with A Letter to Ashley is just sort of like, I went through when I really wanted to be with Ariel. I just tried to date anybody.
Explains all the names that are in that video.
I like literally just like, I'm just gonna get out there and try to get my mind off Ariel. So it was Sophia and Ashley and all those, and Sarah and all these girls. So yeah, dude, it's a lot. Like so much of the album was truly inspired by my love and want for her, and times of our friendship, and times of me being tormented and wanting to be with her and couldn't be with her, and then us being together.
That's crazy. Yeah, I watched Ariel's podcast clip that was right before we got on, because I was kind of wondering about that as well. And then Gavin kind of told me, it's like, yeah, it's a little bit of a concept album. When you listen to it, kind of listen to it really good, because it's kind of like a walkthrough kind of thing. So listen to it front back, everybody listening. And I loved it because her passion for her, and there's the one that she's on the couch and she's talking to somebody. And the passion that she had for you on that, like, is crazy. And to see it just kind of all intertwine, and then within your guys' like image, your brand, your music and stuff like that, and just talking to you today and how much you've obviously like speaking about her. And obviously we all talk about like very nice things about our significant others, but like there's passion there, man. Like I love seeing that. And when I go re-listen to this and now after talking to you, like I'm going to listen to this and it's going to mean even more to me. So I'm hoping everybody that is watching this to like listen to this and go re-listen to it again, because I think it's going to like hit everybody just as hard and really dig deep into the skin, if you know what I mean.
I appreciate that. Yeah, man. Like I mean, bro, I love writing. What's exciting about this album is I got to write this album, and I co-wrote with my buddy Andrew Goldstein, who also produced it, and it was just us two in the studio, and we were telling my stories, right?
Yeah.
When I was in the old band, it was me and 5 other guys, and we were just writing what could possibly be on the radio. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're like,
yeah,
let's write songs that would make us big and this and that. And of course, there was some inspiration here and there in some of the songs. But for this Your Broken Hero album, it's my feelings, and this is how I shared my feelings, and it turned into music. So it's way more exciting from anything that I've done.
I think it's even more exciting than what you're actually saying, because for one, you work with Andrew Goldstein over here. And for the people that don't really know, because I learned this off of one of your podcasts as well, because you had him on there. I recommend go watching all the Emo's Not Dead podcasts. But like, this guy is written and produced for like Katy Perry, Britney Spears, Linkin Park, Celine Dion, Blink-182, Bring Me the Horizon, MGK, and probably countless other ones that I just don't have room on this for. So when you say like you're not writing to like, you know, hit that like hit song, I guess you're working with the right person, because every song is a banger on this album. So
thank you.
Everyone can be like a radio hit song, to be honest. And I think it's kind of cool because it brings back a little bit, and I've already listened to it, so I'll let you guys know when that album review goes up. Probably post it on YouTube. But Girl Like You, like very Metro Station vibes. I loved it. Like Shake It, like that era.
Bro.
Dude, I remember working in Tim Hortons. I don't know if you know what Tim Hortons is, but
I do.
It's like Dunkin' Donuts. But like, yeah, I remember being a baker and listening to that song over and over and over again with a mix of like Silverstein and then over. So yeah, like it just had that vibe on there. And I love how like you're telling the story about you and Ariel, and it's like, it sounds like you were like kept in the friend zone a little bit. So like when that line comes up, I'm like, bro, this album's hitting hard.
Oh, bro, 100%. First of all, yes. And Shake It was my jam. Shake It, Metro Station, Shake It, and the other song Control were my jams. And no joke, they are one of the bands that inspired me to write a song like theirs, right? That sound. Like that's like MySpace synth pop, I guess. Like
it's kind of like that 303 kind of vibe.
It's that 303 vibe, right? So that's kind of why we have that one-off song that sounds like that, because I love that sound. And yeah, bro, told my friend zone story about Ohrion on it.
No, it totally makes sense. It totally makes sense. Like you have a lot of bangers on here. Like first and foremost, like Red Light Kisser is probably still one of my favorites. I mean, they're all a lot of my favorites, to be honest. I can't pick one, but when like I got the album a little bit early here to kind of listen to it so we can talk about it. But like, dude, Rooftop Remix with August Burns Red and Reclaim the Fallen. When I saw your clip pop out on Instagram, I was like, oh shit, like this is going down. Like Jake Lure is already a beast to begin with his vocals, and the energy is just there. But like, it was weird. It's like, I'm listening to this song and I'm like at the beginning, it almost felt like a little bit of like Metro Station in a way, like just that upbeat kind of vibe. And it's like, not Metro Station. Sorry. Motion City Soundtrack. I'm on fire and now I'm getting ready to bust. Like that high pitch kind of singing at the beginning. I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down. And like, I couldn't figure it out as I'm listening through. I'm like, how is Jake Lure going to be on here with this crazy breakdown? And you guys definitely made it work with some cool, like little noises in the breakdowns. Tell us about that experience working with him, man. I love that guy.
Well, first of all, I'm so stoked that you love that song.
It's probably my favorite right now that I haven't heard.
That's my favorite song that I've ever written. It's my favorite. And so the story behind it is, and what makes it so special is because that's a song that I wrote back in the day with my band and Andrew Goldstein back in the day. And that song is about, she doesn't know this until now, but that song is about I Need You Now, when I was really falling for Ariel and I wanted to be with her. Wow. And so that song, it dates way back to my beginning feelings for Ariel. And when we wrote it back then, it's more synth pop the way that we wrote it in my old band. Mm-hmm. And it's just because of the label, it never got the chance. It never got the chance that it deserved. And so when I was in the studio with Andrew, I was like, bro, I know this was probably 12 years ago, but we gotta remix Rooftops, and we gotta make it rock, and I wanna put a screamer on it.
So why it has the title Remix in it. That makes a lot more sense, because I'm like, what song is this? Like a remix of what?
It's a remix of the original song that I did with my band probably 12 years ago.
Wow.
And the song just never got the chance. And so we redid it. We completely re-recorded it. It's now rock and not synthy and poppy. We obviously are featuring the dude's voice you hear in the very intro and on the choruses singing "I Need You Now." That's my buddy Duck Leary from Reclaim the Fallen.
Yes, I
So
remember hearing that name on a previous interview.
yeah, so Duck, who's in Reclaim the Fallen, he's been one of my best friends since my childhood. He is featured on it, as well as Jake from August Burns Red, who's on the bridge. And how that came about, it's funny because truthfully, the reason we have such a poppy song that goes heavy is that's my shit. I love pure pop, and I love the metal screams. So combining both is like everything to me. And so when we finally decided to do that, and Andrew came together with the instrumental for the bridge, we're like, yo, this is gonna be pretty freaking dope to have a screamer on this. Like we tested it out first in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, sent it over to Jake, and Jake just crushed it. Did you see, you
He
saw the
did.
clip of him, right?
I did, yeah, in the studio.
So Jake just crushed it. So yeah, bro, I don't know, man. I'm just rambling because I'm very excited for the song. I really hope it does as well as I think it deserves because I think it's great. I love it.
I can see it, and I'm glad you're rambling, man. Like I have lots to talk about, but I'm glad you're rambling because I feel like for myself, like, I mean, I see your videos and stuff all the time. I think a lot of us do. I mean, you get lots of views on it, and I think a lot of people can relate to it when it comes to these types of videos. And I think that can be a very good, I guess, like intro into like being successful with being a content creator, just being very relatable. And that's what I think is all about. So when you have Jake Lur coming on there and doing those things, like, dude, I think this is going to pop off hard when this drops. Do you have a music video for it?
No, so I was on a call yesterday and I have another call today because we just started producing it. I think we're gonna go shoot it in about a month from now in
Nice.
Nashville. Nashville's a much cheaper place to shoot. Probably fly out Jake, maybe. He talked about the whole August Burns Red band playing in it, so we'll see. But we're gonna go shoot a music video, and it's Ariel's concept, and she's gonna direct it. So,
Ooh.
bro, this is gonna come back full circle to me writing a song about her back in the day. Now
To
we're
her
gonna
directing
shoot music. Now we remixed it, got August Burns Red on it, and Ariel's gonna direct the music video. I'm excited, bro.
That's actually really cool, to be honest, because like I know a little bit of Ariel's, background. For one, I see you holding your lip chap thing, kind of around. I'm like, is this we're gonna do like a product placement here? But yeah, your wife's doing some crazy things, and she was also on. If you guys didn't know, or if you watch that kind of content, what was it? It's Love Island, I believe. She was a host for a couple years.
Yeah, so Love Island is a UK based show, and I believe I don't know what network it was on over there,
Sure.
but CBS picked it up. So they bought the rights to it. And then when CBS brought it to the US, she was the Love Island host for 3 seasons with CBS.
Right.
For whatever reasons, it didn't quite work out with CBS, so they ended up canceling the show. And then NBC bought the rights to the show, and then they had to rebrand it with a different voiceover person and a different host and so on. But it's a bummer. She did such a good job as the host, and she's a great actress and a great host, and that's what she wants to do. But yeah, so she did 3 seasons of that.
Dude, that's pretty awesome. Like, I mean, I don't watch like a lot of that, drama-y kind of dating show stuff. I mean, like maybe a couple episodes I've seen. But like I've watched like some of the stuff on Netflix where it's like The Circle. Have you ever seen that? Or it's like influencer based. It's on Netflix, and like they didn't have a host on it last time. I'm like, bro, Ariel should have been on that. That would have been freaking sick.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. First of all, I am so proud of her for booking that.
Yeah.
Booking the host of a CBS show is the most difficult thing you can ever do. Bro, this industry is so damn tough.
Is
it? Dude, she's gorgeous. She's hilarious. She has a following, and she'll go out for roles all the time. and she'll she'll go out to the audition, then she'll get a call back, and then she'll get a call from her agent that it's between her and two other people, and the two other people are legit famous actors. So and then
Yeah.
then she loses it to like a famous TV or movie actress, and
You got
until
Slater over here from Saved by the
bro,
Bell.
well, for real though, like it's
I'm
like
sorry. I love the guy.
bro,
Don't get me wrong. I love seeing him on the show and things, but I'm like, yeah, I totally hear you.
yeah, bro. And so like it's so difficult. So for her to finally book that gig on CBS was huge.
Yeah.
She doesn't take it for granted. Like that was such a good experience for her. And she's bound to do some more big things. I'm stoked to see what's next for her.
Cool. As we're on that topic, so the lip balm that you're holding there, I didn't really dive into it because I know we're doing our thing. But
Yeah.
shout her out. Tell tell the rest of the
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that are listening like what she's actually doing here. Definitely want to give that shout out.
Dude, I would love to, man. Yeah, so she built her own beauty brand and she did it from scratch. She's not like an influencer who slapped her name on something. She
Mm.
felt that something was missing in the market, and the first thing that she came up with was she did this is not tinted. This is like I'm obviously not wearing tinted lip balm. Maybe I should. No, but this is like the plain one. But she came up with 5 shades of tinted lip balm, and it's all clean beauty. So it's good for your skin. There's no harmful chemicals in there, and it's just really easy stuff for her to put on if she's like chatting with someone in an interview, if she's on the go. And so she just made something that she felt was missing, and the lip balm has been doing incredibly well. So then she also just launched 3 shades of blush. So for the ladies out there or dudes out there who care, her brand is called Rel, R-E-L, so Rel Beauty, and I'm super proud of what it's become because it's organically growing quickly, and we're catching like a lot of huge actors and shit finding it in a store and buying it, and then they'll
Dude.
post it, not even knowing that it's her. It's pretty cool.
That's actually really neat, man. And I love how you're saying, like, kind of put it on in a meeting. And like I noticed the color. So I'm kind of like a person that's like, I notice things, but it's like a very like light color. So it's not like pink and bright where it's like you notice someone kind of putting lipstick on. It's like almost like skin tone at the same time. Very yeah, what's the word? Incognito kind of thing when you're putting that kind of stuff on as well, and not too,
Yeah, because
flashy.
yeah, because for girls, and her explanation is she's like, it's weird to be on a podcast or sitting at lunch with someone and busting out a lipstick and reapplying
Yeah, it'd be
lipstick.
like me just going,
Yeah, bro. and so she wanted to come up with tinted lip balm. And so yeah,
that's dope.
ladies, dudes out there, buy it for your ladies. And it's completely self-funded. So she's severely in debt. No, it takes years until you get paid back. So she's funded it herself, and so I'm proud of her. She's doing a great job.
Dude, I love the dynamic, like, couple, what's the word I'm trying to find? Like, the two of you just like doing what you need to do, and like the fact that you know so much about her business, it just shows that you guys both have passion for exactly what you're both are doing. You both are very supportive. What's like a couple, dynamic couple, like it just
Dynamic duo? Is that what
dual,
it's-
maybe, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Like you guys are just like crushing it. Couple goals kind of thing that's like, business oriented, and I can relate to this a lot because my wife as well, or like I call her my wife. She's almost my wife type deal. So she's my fiance, but she helps me a lot with my stuff, like your stuff is did my blessed stuff. So like all our merch and stuff, she helps design. She runs the merch store. She helps with like our Twitch stuff, our Discord and everything. So it's like I love seeing that so much when it comes to like couples, and like you still have your own things, but you're still like invested into each other when it comes to that kind of stuff. I think that's like the most attractive thing when it comes to like relationship goals in a way. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I'm with you on that, man. Supporting each other is everything. Like if she wins, I win. If I win, she wins. And she's been supporting me with Emo's Not Dead from day one with no agenda other than supporting me. So, she's like my co-star in all my videos, and she gives me ideas for merch design. So I owe a lot to her.
I love it, man. I love it. I'll leave all the links down in the description below for you guys. And yeah, I just wanted to definitely give that shout out because like I know what it's like. Like I've been an entrepreneur since day one. I've done, you know, photos, videos. I've designed MySpace layouts back in the day, like just to like be in the scene and stuff like that. So it's been a lot of fun, man. I know we we steered off the path here, but I love it, and I love how kind of natural it felt, just kind of going off on that. But for the rest of the album here, I mean, you still have some awesome bangers coming out, like Senses Fail, Pamela, man. I loved it. The first intro riff, I got Atari's Boys of Summer riff.
Okay. Okay,
Okay, I'm not the only one.
yeah,
Right.
dude. Bro, what a compliment.
No, dude, it was. I'm so here for it, man. Dude, even
Atari's Boys of Summer is a banger.
Dude, it's still getting played on the radio. Like
the banger, man. You know what's funny is I'm not gonna lie. I slept on Pamela. I almost didn't add it to this album.
Really?
We have 3 other songs that didn't quite make it. We were just like, we just didn't love it. And I wasn't willing to just put them on if I didn't love them. And for some reason, bro, Pamela, after writing it, I was like, I don't know, man, are people gonna like this? I was really doubting myself. And I shared it with my broader E.N.D team with Gavin and our designer Dave Pearson, and everyone loved it. So I was like, all right, let's just do it. We added it to the album. Kickstarter backers got their album first, so they have it right now. And they absolutely loved it. Like, it's become a fan favorite, which I didn't expect. And now I'm like stoked that it's on there. But yeah, I don't know what it was, man. For some reason, I just didn't think it was going to perform well. And I don't know why.
Dude, I liked it. For one, Senses Fail. I love that. Calling All Cars, like, dude. So many good bangers off that. And I've kind of been following them as well. I haven't been too much into their new stuff because of doing reactions and, you know, staying towards the metal scene of things. But like, you know, emo, punk rock is definitely like where my heart lies. But like, dude, the second, so I have a couple notes here because I was listening to it and I wanted to put some couple notes down. But like the second verse, man, you guys switched it up a bit with those harmonies and I loved them. I thought it just like really stood out a lot in that. The slower part of the breakdown, like I love that as well, bringing that like heavy singing and kind of like breathing situation in there. Like it feels like a Senses Fail song in a way,
yeah,
but yet your own. So like it was way too short, dude. Like I just wanted that to just keep I noticed that a lot. A lot of your songs are pretty short on this.
Yeah, you know what's weird, man, is I don't know. Sometimes in the studio, when we feel it's done, it's just done. And a lot of people want to add an extra chorus and then add a long outro. But I don't know. I think I'd rather have people coming back for more. You know, like
that's what had me doing.
Yeah, and being like, oh, I gotta hear that again, versus to try to drag it on as a song. So, you know, some songs you can't help and you want to kind of play it out a little bit longer, of course. But I don't know. Pamela felt good being short. I think Girl Like You short. There's one more that's pretty damn short. I don't know, but that's just, I don't know. It's just kind of however it feels in the studio.
Yeah, I think that was the same with like ABR as well. It's like, I mean, I love the breakdowns. I'm all for the breakdown. I'm surprised there wasn't a black in there, but
bro,
I'll do a missed opportunity for you and throw
a
a blend there.
Opportunity, damn. But wait, bro, are you sure that Rooftops is short? Isn't that like
I closed all my windows.
Minutes. 3 minutes, I got it right here.
Okay.
3 minutes is around the average mark of a song. Oh man, I can't even tell on this. Hold up.
I think I was just so jazzed up about like Jake's part in there where it just like I just wanted to go on for like an extra like 4 bars.
Bro, I hear you on that. Oh, Rooftops is 2:59, so we're right at
3 minutes. We'll still take it. But like, dude, the hook on that song, man, like shouted from the rooftops, and like you were saying, like that was like you screaming for your love for Ariel. Like it's
bro, like
it's deep.
Dude, it is deep. Like I at that moment, she definitely knew that I liked her, but I didn't try for her. I wasn't really trying for her. So that was me kind of like getting it off my chest.
Mm-hmm.
Getting off my chest. I need you now. I'm gonna shout it from the rooftops. Bro, I can't wait for that song to drop. It's funny because that's one of Ariel's favorite songs too. And even back then, in my 12 years ago, the original, She loved it. So it's really cool that it's gonna get a real shot here. Now that I have an audience to put it in front of, it's gonna get a real chance.
So how much did you switch up? I mean, you had it in It Boys. How much did you actually switch up? Because I know it's obviously about like Ariel and stuff like that, but how much of it was actually switched up? Like, did you know her at that time, I guess, when you wrote that song? Oh, okay. So, I wasn't too sure. So there's a big gap there for how long you guys have known each other.
We started, man, I'm going to say that the original Rooftops was recorded. I'm going to guess, I don't know, 2010, 11 or 12, right? Wow. And I had known her since 2006. And I started hanging out with her a lot in 2010. And that's when I started, developing feelings for her. And so yeah, bro, back then it was my feelings.
How is it working with your spouse? Like nowadays, like recording videos. I mean, you guys look like you're having fun. I think one of my favorite videos right now is your fart clip.
Oh, when I come in,
you guys, you're just farting away. Yeah.
Bro. You gotta love a good fart video, man. I laugh at my own fart videos because a fart is never not funny to me. I should probably grow up, but I love farts. But yeah, bro, that video went wildly viral. Like it did pretty damn good on TikTok, but it went like wildly viral on Instagram, and I'm so happy that there's millions of people who can relate to a good fart.
I think we all can, especially like as spouses. Like honestly, like me and my spouse have been like together for almost 5 years now, and we don't fart in front of each other.
Really?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, fun fact.
Have you heard her sneak one?
No, I actually have not heard her sneak one, but I have accidentally. My thing is, I guess this is fun. This is very like off the cusp here for sure. But like, so a little backstory about this. Like, in my last marriage, I got a vasectomy done, and when I met her after my divorce and stuff like that, we wanted to try having kids, so I got a reversal. So after the what's it called? The reversal that I got done, we were sitting in the hotel, and this was like during COVID too, right? So like you couldn't really go anywhere or anything. And yeah, I guess I was just probably still under the meds and stuff like that and just ripped fucking ass. Like, and she's like, I can't believe you just like, yeah. So it's like, and it's like a hotel thing. There was one other incident. So it's like, I don't know what it is. Hotels just bring the fart out of me. I don't know.
Bring the gas out, dude. 100%. Yo, bro, on this fart note, can you wait 1 second while I grab my coffee?
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
It better be Emo's Not Dead coffee.
It's gotta be iced coffee right now, so
it's iced coffee o'clock. Also, beautiful kitchen. I love those cupboards. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, wifey crushed it, man.
Yeah, this actually reminds me of my old house too. Kind of almost the same layout there with that half wall there. I like it, and that's the stools there, a little like breakfast bar.
Bro, we should just shift the interview to talking design, interior design.
Yeah, dude. Then I'll leave my wife on this podcast for that, because like she loves that stuff.
Does she?
Yeah, she did the whole living room and stuff. Like she loves designing stuff. She'll go on like Facebook pages and stuff, and she'll like help people design. Like they're asking for questions, right? She's like, yeah, you need to put this here or that there. I'm like, okay, let's start a business right now. Like you need to start doing some of this like designing. Like you're really good at it. So when we do get another house here, like I'm looking forward to like how nice it's gonna look. Lots of fake plants though.
You gotta show her our kitchen. She'll love it.
Yeah, no, I definitely will. So does Ariel, is she a real plant person or a fake plant person?
She's a real plant person.
Real plant, yeah.
I'm good with fake plants because they look great and they live forever. But she doesn't like knowing that they're fake.
I hear you, man. Like I want a sunroom in our next place where I can just like meditate and really bring in like the earthly tones and stuff like that. I think that'd be nice.
Absolutely, bro. It's so funny because, especially your content, because it's you promote a lot of heavier stuff. Isn't it wild that our our fans would never expect this conversation.
Probably not. No. Yeah. It's like,
Talking about plants and interior design.
dude, that's what happens when you're like over the age of 30. Like, it's just like all about fucking house shit.
Oh man. All right, I'm back. You can dive in however you want.
All right, cool. I mean, I was just coasting on that. Love the iced coffee, by the way. I unfortunately, and I think you probably seen one of my reaction videos where I used your coffee thing as a prop, but I don't like coffee.
Really?
Yeah, I'm an energy drink guy, and it's so bad. But like, yeah, I don't know what it is. I just can't get behind coffee. I just don't like the taste.
So I mean, you've probably tried it all. Have you like tried like a sweet like latte with milk and shit, and it's just not your thing?
Man, I used to work at Tim Hortons, and maybe that's what it is. Like, I smelt like coffee after working like night shifts and stuff like that. So it's like the smell, it was in my pores, and like I had the shower before going to bed, and like I tried making coffees. I tried doing the whole ice cap thing. I don't know if you guys have something similar to that. It's like a slushy coffee. And yeah, I tried like gallons, like half chocolate milk, half coffee, whatever it is. And I'm like, I can't do it. I just couldn't do it. So yeah,
Dude, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, I feel like it is though.
I was gonna say, but it is for most. It is for most.
Oh shit. All right, so yeah, sorry. I know we can get way off track here. So we got a couple more songs that I haven't heard off this track. I mean, the singles that you have put out, loved them. So you have another song that's an acoustic, which I love. I mean, the Blink-182 song kind of had a little bit of that acoustic-y vibe, almost like older Blink, but like also Boxcar Racer. But I love how you threw that in there with Me, Your Home. And I feel like that was just a nice tie-in because it goes into your Taylor Swift version of what you have there. Why don't you explain those two and we'll wrap up the rest of this album here of like what people can expect.
Yeah, absolutely. So with Me, Your Home. So as I told you before, Andrew Goldstein and I sat in the studio and wrote the entire album, except for with Me, Your Home was actually brought to me by my bandmate Hans. And Hans shared the song with Gavin, who's my business partner at Emo's Not Dead, and Gavin just loved it and shared it with me. And then I was like, this is really beautiful. And I asked him if I could rework it. I was like, hey, I love how simple it is. I love the humming. Like, would you want to collab on this? Like, I'd love to take this song and kind of write on it and kind of turn it into what I want it to be. And he was like, dude, I would be honored. Absolutely. Cause he was going to release his version of it until I said that I wanted it if he was down, and he was more than down.
Oh, wow.
So then Andrew and I got in the studio and we kind of just, added our stuff to it. And so that was a beautiful collab between me, Andrew Goldstein, my bandmate Hans. And then I reached out to, dude, no joke. Our album was like, our team was like, you need to submit this. If you want to release on June 17th, we need the album like tomorrow. This was like 2 weeks ago, right? They're like, we need the album tomorrow. And that day I called John from Secondhand Serenade and I was like, bro, I know this is last minute, but can you record today? Because we need to submit this. We need to get the song back. Andrew needs to mix it and master it. And we need to send it off to all the streaming platforms. And so, bro, we threw a Hail Mary and we got that song done so fast. And the day that John got the song, he recorded and sent back that night, and Andrew Goldstein mixed it and sent off the next morning. Fastest song we've ever finished.
That must be a Guinness World Book of Records right there.
It really is.
Mastered song and written song and fastest song.
But I will say, I'll never forget when I got the song from Hans, before I wanted to kind of add to and redo some stuff. I said, hey, what does this song mean to you? Because I don't want to take away from any of this, because it resonates. I was like, because it resonates with me very much. And you clearly wrote these lyrics. I felt the lyrics. I just felt it, right? And he's like, bro, he goes, and he sent me a voice note. This is what it means. And it's, he goes, I go through sometimes a seasonal depression, and my wife is my ray of light. She's my sunshine, and she's the one there for me. And and I love being there for her through her moments and whatever. And I was like, bro, I hear you. I'm going through a depressed moment of my life. I'm going to keep the story to respect you, and I'm going to keep it to also true to my feelings. And so we collabed on it being just that, which is now With Me Your Home. So it's very meaningful. And
Yeah.
I really I'm so honored to have done this song with Hans and turn it into what it is.
Dude, I love that so much. And like the fact that like you could both relate to it. I mean, he's obviously helped write this album as well. So like there's even just more on top of that as well. It's not just one thing where you felt the song where, you're going through these emotions, but like at the same time you're going through this with, the person that's helping you write this as well.
Yes, exactly. It came from us. It's our lyrics, it's our feelings, it's our emotion, and Hans is such a sweet guy. So I love nice people. I think I'm a nice person, and so I just love that me and Hans got together to kind of share the mutual feelings on this track.
Dude, the whole time we're talking, I'm like every time we like touch on a song, I'm getting so like the chills, the chill. I don't know. I never really felt like this before, like on albums and like knowing the concept and like knowing what people go through. And I think that's just like another thing where a lot of people can relate to when they're following their favorite artists, where it's like, man, I want to know what they're going through. And it's like, that's how we loved this, that's emo alternative style of music, Taking Back Sunday, every lyric just fucking hits, right? Like,
Yep.
I think you nailed it on the head, especially I think it's that same interview Ariel was talking about, like how you basically kind of sealed the deal in the garage there with the two lawn chairs looking out the door. And I think she even said in that podcast, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she's like, I felt like home at that moment. So like, like just
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You're a sensitive guy.
I know. I don't get to do this. I smash mics and be an idiot on fucking camera and stuff. I'm like, man, the emo stuff just kind of hits hard. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just like, I love it because I can relate to it. And I found somebody in my life after going through some shit. So like, I just, I love what I have right now and I'm very grateful for it. So when this will be a good transition into this as well, because you were talking about, going through some of that depression and stuff like that. You just recently posted, actually, it was a year ago in June, you actually posted kind of something similar to it. And then again in May about, some of the stuff that you've been going through the last couple of years. Do you want to elaborate on that, or do you want, maybe we can bond on this one?
No. So, I mean, listen, dude, like, I think what was really hard for me to post that last post I did on Instagram was maybe like a month ago. I think I posted that and I explain it within the post is when I look on paper, I have such a beautiful life. I'm like, I have a beautiful wife. I'm healthy. I have a good job. I enjoy my job. I have a family who loves me. Who am I to complain? Right. But I'm like, but why do I still feel depressed? Why do I still feel sad? Why do I still have anxiety? And sometimes you can't explain it. Sometimes, like whether it's childhood trauma that I haven't tapped into yet, I don't know what it is. But no matter who you are, you can feel not okay, and that's fine. And it's okay to not feel okay. Because for the longest time, I would tell myself, I'd like smack myself and be like, you're fine. Suck it up, dude. You got a great life. Suck it up, dude. You got a great life. And I kept telling myself that, even though I didn't feel happy for whatever reason it might be. And so I wrote out that post the post I did, I don't know if it was a month ago or so, I just wrote my feelings out and I was going to post that to my close friends on Instagram. But after it was written out, I was like, screw it. I'm just going to post this as a main post because maybe this can help someone. Maybe someone can relate to this. And when I posted it, I got an insane amount of love. And so many people were like, dude, I feel the same way. Holy shit, man. I have a beautiful family. I have a nice job, but I have this depression that I don't know what it is. So I think we all just go through shit and sometimes it's not explained because nothing tragic has necessarily happened in my life. It's just some sort of seasonal depression. And a lack of motivation to really do anything. And to be honest, I can't explain much more than that. I don't necessarily know um, in detail where it comes from. I don't know.
Yeah. I can when you said seasonal depression, all I can think of is like being in Canada because we have snow here and it's like it feels cold and kind of there is actually like that seasonal depression. I think Caleb from Beartooth has actually talked about it because he's from Ohio, I believe. And he moved down to like California area and he's like, oh yeah, like the sunshine song. I don't know if you've heard that one, but it's really good and like talking about like, the cold sucks. So I hear that a lot as well, and like I don't know what it is. Sometimes I do feel that way, and I was just kind of moved by that because one, you're open with your fans, you're not trying to hide anything, but like it's also a good indication that you're out there speaking what everybody else is thinking at the same time. And I think a lot of us, especially as like people follow big creators and stuff like that, where they think they have it all. They have the cars, they have the house, they have the wife, they have, they're like even like from your posts and stuff, like you're on movie sets and stuff like that, or like the backdrops and stuff. So like it can look like a lot of us is like having a really good life. And like sometimes it's just like it's hard. Like it's hard for us at the same time. And it's hard to explain. But the fact that you posted that out, like I felt that connectivity on there where I'm like, dude, like I know I have a good life. I tell myself this all the time. And that's what feels good to know. Like, not that I wish this upon you, but like it's good to know that other people are there and everybody's supporting each other in the comments and just being there for one of another. And I've never really made a post like that before. I think I've just been like super scared about it. But like I want better things like that. I want to be better for my wife and my family, a better husband, the letdowns and stuff that I've probably done. I don't really talk to my family that much. So to have that kind of relatability with somebody that I look up to, it hits home for me. So I just want to say thank you for that. And, I'm glad you got the love and everything and the support that you have in your life there.
Yeah. Well, dude, thank you, man. I appreciate you saying that. And yeah, bro, I guess for anyone listening and dealing with it is like, we all go through shit. And
Mhm.
when you follow someone like you or me, we are entertainers and all they're getting is the happy side of us.
Right.
All they're seeing is like the entertainer, you, the entertainer, me. And they don't see like when we shut the camera off and what we might feel inside. And so it felt really, I really enjoyed sharing the way I have really been feeling in my sort of seasonal depression.
Yeah.
People to know, hey guys, it's not all glitz and glamour. It's not all laughs. Like I'm a human too, and I go through a lot of shit. And I don't know, I really like relating to people like that. And I was overwhelmed with DMs, but I wrote a lot of people back who were going through shit and just encourage them to like hang in there and listen, dude, we all go through seasons, man. Like some
Yep.
seasons are really bad. People lose a loved one. They could lose a child, a mom, a grandpa, a pet, their job, whatever. It might seem like the end of the world, but you got to just keep on keeping on, and eventually you'll just crawl out of that hole and find happiness and enjoy again.
100%. Dude, thank you. Thank you for all of that. Like, and I feel like it can come off really hard. And like just knowing you and like, dude, before I even had a little bit of a following, you've actually messaged me back as well to say like, thanks for sharing and stuff like that. And I think that's very important when it comes to content creating. But like, I could also think like, oh, the emo guy is, crying on post kind of thing can be very like twisted in a way, but like I've known since day one, like that's real. Like I know, especially just being a creator myself and going through what I've done, it's very fucking tough. Whether we think we might have it all and stuff, it's just yeah. Thank you for just being open, and I can relate to that, especially for someone that looks up to you. So. Oh,
Thank you for
sorry,
man. I
for getting
appreciate it.
so deep on that, man. And I'm thank
Oh,
you
it's
for
all, it's
just
all
doing
good,
that.
man.
Yeah, I love
We're
these
here to be
conversations.
real,
Yeah,
bro. We're
exactly.
here to talk and be real.
All right, let's get a little bit more happier on this fucking topic here. Let's talk about the fucking cruise that you got going on, man. You've had a couple solo cruises, banger bands. You're doing giveaways for cabins and stuff. Tell us, for people that might not even know about this cruise, like what's going on, because like you guys had some crazy things going on.
Yeah, so what year was this? We just had our second cruise. Our third one's going to be in February of 25. So we're about, I don't know. I don't even know how many months away that is.
What day is
8
it
months
today?
away. We're probably 7 to 8 months away from our next cruise. Yeah, we have an Emo's Not Dead cruise. It's on a Norwegian cruise line ship. It's 2,500 people, and essentially it's a floating warp tour. And
Floating warp tour.
it's a floating warp tour, and we put our favorite bands all on this cruise with multiple venues. And bro, and if you haven't been on a cruise, it's a floating hotel, and it's way bigger than you think it is. Like
Yeah.
the theater down below seats like 1,100 people, and that's where you watch Under Oath, Newfound Glory, Dashboard, or whoever. And then the main pool deck, you can fit the entire, all 2,500 people, I believe. You can fit around the entire front of the pool deck, up top and bottom. And you're literally in the middle of the ocean watching your favorite bands, moshing, crowd surfing. There's multiple bars everywhere. There's multiple restaurants.
You could be watching the stage from the hot tub.
Bro, literally,
Yeah.
you're sitting in the hot tub drinking a beer, and you're watching your favorite bands perform, and you're watching like the circle pit in front of you. It's the best time of my life, bro. Like I mean, listen, it's a lot of work for me, especially when I'm there, because I have a lot of obligations. But and so the first cruise that I got on, I was like, man, I had a little bit of anxiety about it being just a lot of work. And I'm like, I hope it's fun. I hope people enjoy it. And bro, at the very last night, I literally like cried out of relief on how amazing it was. I went to my room and I was like, that was magical. Everyone, like, you can't top the vibes because everyone feels like a family, because the scene is a relatively small scene, right? People who like this music and went to Warped Tour and goes to all these concerts and loves these same bands. So putting our family all together, it truly felt like a family, and no one was a dick. Everyone was nice to each other. People made new best friends. All the bands, the ship is small. There's not many places to go. All the bands hung out. There was a casino on board, and you'd be playing, and then Story of the Year would be at the table next to you, or they'd join your table. And then like you'd be in the hot tub, and then the dudes from Under Oath are right there grabbing a drink. So like it's just kind of like it's our Disneyland. It's us emo kids. It's our Disneyland. You know, it's fantastic, man. It's best time of my life.
I love seeing the excitement on your face for this. I know you've only done like a couple here, but like I've been on the Parahoy cruise, and I thought it was pretty cool too, just seeing like how everything was run, the belly flop competitions and stuff like that. Like it's a vibe and a half for sure. So like to see you and like just to be in that moment where it's like, yeah, this is my place, this is my happy place. I couldn't imagine the stress it is to like put something on like this. Like you're an inspiration. Like I don't know if this will ever fucking happen, but I would love to put on like a Black cruise, like like have like Wage War, like all like Motionless in White. Like I know they're big bands and I know they're big budgets on that kind of stuff, but it's like an inspiration to like for myself as a content creator to like think about how big you can actually go about this stuff, but the passion is there. And I think that's what I think I'm like very driven about with the metal music, and for yourself, like the emo scene. And like, I love how you quoted it as a floating warp tour. Sorry, Franz, but
yeah, bro, I'm telling you, man, like if this goes for you, is like, if you have passion in it, and you clearly do, you can make anything happen.
Yeah.
I had zero clue when I was working at a restaurant that I would literally be bringing my favorite bands on my own cruise and sailing to the Bahamas. I had zero clue. I didn't know, but it just kind of all worked out. It just kind of all aligned, like me making comedy videos and my old band not working out, but I'm familiar with the scene and my time performing in my band. It all led to like comedy, music, and this mini festival on water, right? So I would have never guessed. Life just kind of took me here, and if you have a desire to do something like that, you can absolutely do it.
Wow. It inspires me a lot. I don't know when that'll happen. Stay tuned, chat. But well, like okay, so sorry, go ahead.
Oh, for now, we got to get you on our cruise.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that, man. I had a fun time on the last cruise that I was on, and it would be a banging time for sure. So like, what made you do the cruise though? Like, what popped in your head and be like, yo, we got to have a cruise going on? Like, what went through your mind?
So, well, first of all, I wanted to do the first idea was a festival. And this was before when we were young. So there was really no festivals servicing
Mm,
our community. And I was like, man, I got a big audience now from the Emo's Not Dead videos. I'd love to do a festival. I reached out to my attorney about to help with it. And I said, hey, if I want to do a festival, I know that he represents musicians and he knows that world of live events.
okay.
And I said, is there any way that we can do an event? I don't know if it's 5,000 people, I don't know if it's 10,000 people, and we grow it from there. Like, what could we do? And he said, well, he goes, would you guys ever consider doing a cruise? Because he has a relationship with someone who does cruises. And I was like, interesting.
Mm.
I like unique. And I was like, I do like that idea. Let's explore it. So then I said before, I told my attorney, I was like, before we explore it, let me do a poll on my Instagram, sorry, on my Facebook, and let me make sure fans would want to go on an Emo's Not Dead cruise. So I did this thing. I think it was like Survey Monkey. I did this survey through Survey Monkey, and it was a 6-page survey, and it was pretty much collecting emails and information on if people would want to go on a cruise. I posted it to my Facebook, and the company that helped me with the survey said, listen, if we get at least 4,000 people to fill out this survey, we probably have enough interest to put together a cruise. We had 44,000 people fill it. So 44,000 people.
Never
44,000.
estimate the emo scene.
Bro, the power of the emo scene. 44,000 people filled out our Emo's Not Dead cruise thing and saying that they would go, and they all picked their favorite bands and this and that and how many nights they want to go. And the production company was like, holy shit, this is the most we've ever seen. So yes, we have something here. Let's do it. So then we started producing it. But bro, it's such a risk, or at least it was then, because I was like, yo, if this cruise doesn't sell out and we go in the hole, that comes out of our pockets.
Yeah.
And so we were like, so we had to take the risk. We're like, let's, you know what? We believe in it. Like, we'll market it the best that we can. We'll push it. So we go on public sale, and we did private sale, which means people who had signed up first got like the first exclusive, and a lot of tickets sold on private sale. We're like, yo, this might sell out quicker than we think.
Wow.
Then we went to the sale, and it sold out in the first 24 hours of public sale. And we were like, yo, what is like, we couldn't even believe it. So it sold out first day, like first day.
And this is the first cruise, right?
Cruise.
Yeah. Wow,
yep. And the second cruise, first day sellout. And then this third cruise sold out to our existing, so we have a what's it called? The alumni.
Yeah.
The alumni who have sailed with us before, now they get first chance to buy tickets if they've already been on, since they've been supporting from day one, before we even knew this concept was going to work. And so it sells out to alumni only now. So it's
repeat customers. Wow.
So what we're going to do is the next cruise in 2026, I think we're going to double the capacity. I think we're going to get a much bigger ship and probably do about 4,000 people instead of 2,500.
Oh.
And I don't want people to miss out. I want everyone to,
yeah.
It's such a good time. And so many people are like, I tried to book, but I was at work and now I missed it again. And I really want everyone to enjoy this experience. So we're going to do a bigger ship in 26.
What is the biggest boat you can actually book for that stuff?
Well, we have a contract with Norwegian Cruise Lines, and I think their biggest boat that supports stages is the one that we're going to have at like 4,200.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh my God, dude. I didn't think it was like that. Like, it's kind of funny that you were talking to your attorney about it. It's like, yeah, we can do a cruise. If that was me, I'd be like, what, a yacht of like, maybe, 500 people or something? That'd be crazy. But
Yeah,
like,
dude.
dude, 2,500 sold on the first 24 hours and then looking to double after 2 years. That's insane. Like even the Parahoy cruise, like that's like they do every 2 years and you're doing it year after year.
Yeah, is Parahoy still doing a
I
cruise?
don't know if they still are or not. I haven't been since like 2018 or 19 or whatever it was. But yeah,
Do they have
that's
it's Paramore and then who else who
they
plays
kind
with
of
them?
bring on people on with it. So the last one that I went to was like Judah the Lion, and there was another band as well. I can't remember who it was, but I mean, it was a fun time in that. But the bands that you have on yours is like, bro, I want to go to this one.
And bro, we stack it. Like I mean, listen, I tell people this all the time. Like
Yeah,
all we really have to do is booked the used Dashboard Confessional and Newfound Glory. Like
you
three,
could do like 3 or 4
we could book
bands.
3 bands and people would still come, but like we spend money to make it like the experience of a lifetime. Like we really, until we double the capacity, we really don't make a lot of money on it. We really don't. It's all about like just growing this event and then turning it into a festival that then could be profitable. But we're like, no, screw it. Like we're like, we still have more money, book more bands. So we'll book, about 12 different bands on this and just make it the dream vacation.
Dude, it is the dream vacation. See, soon you'll have like one of those Disney cruise ships where it's like water slides and Ferris wheels and stuff. Could
Oh,
you
oh,
imagine?
oh,
It's like Darien Lake on water. Like,
oh, bro, if we could have a fucking Disney Emo's Not Dead cruise, that would be wild.
you got to have Our Last Night on there covering like every Disney song. And
Yep, easy.
dude, that's amazing. I love hearing this because I didn't really know too much about it. Like, I knew some kind of talk on it, but it's very.
Do you have a U.S. passport?
When I need to have it, I will get it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because you should probably get one because
I
we
know.
like if we can there obviously it's sold out, but sometimes people drop and we just add people like to the top of the wait list. But like we could do something to try to get you on the cruise when someone drops.
Yeah.
So you and wifey work on those passports.
Yeah. Well, we actually have where are we going? I think it's January. When is your cruise next one?
We're February 4th
February
through the
4th. Okay, I think we're going away in January. I think we're going to Aruba. So I actually have to get my passport soon. So that we have like an Airbnb that we're booking out. And I'm like, this is kind of like the first like vacation, like kind of like away from Canada that I've really been to in a long ass time. So COVID screwed everything up. I was supposed to go to Hawaii with a bunch of friends and then rent out an Airbnb villa kind of thing, and it was very cheap. And then COVID hit and everything got canceled. I'm like, no, that was my only chance to go to Hawaii.
Oh man. COVID's done, man. Get out there. Have some
Yeah,
fun.
definitely. Okay, so I got one more question about this cruise. So like, if there has there ever been anything on this cruise where like something happened where like you just didn't want to do it anymore? Like, has anything come up like where it just kind of like threw it off kind of guard where you just didn't want to do it or like throw in the towel?
You mean for Emo's Not Dead or for the cruise?
For the cruise, I guess for both actually. Like, I mean, even in your career, I do have that question coming up for like a little bit more of like content stuff, but
Okay.
clear to go to elaborate on it.
Or for the cruise, no, bro. Like it was pretty seamless
That's good.
year one and year two, and like the producing team that we work with, they're called Six Man. They do an incredible job producing. Um, I have zero complaints on that side. It's really really fun. They do such a great job. The fans love my E.N.D team do a fantastic job. Like Dave Pearson is our designer for E.N.D, and he designs the entire cruise ship. Like there's truly the only hiccup that we've had so far is the last year. Our co-headliner was Sleeping with Sirens, so it was Yellow Card and Sleeping with Sirens was our co-headliner. Oh, sorry, our direct support, I believe. And
Okay.
and uh, someone in the band had like a family emergency and had to bail and couldn't make it.
Uh,
So totally understand, shit happens. So we're like, oh shit, we already sold all these tickets and people are expecting Sleeping with Sirens to be there. so I hit up Spencer Chamberlain. I was like, bro, I know you guys played last year. Would you play back-to-back years? He's like, hell yeah, it's the best time of my life.
Yes.
So he hit up the boys, and we got Under Oath to kind of step in and fill the shoes of Sleeping with Sirens. That was the only big hiccup so far when Sleeping with Sirens had to bail. But we'll have them on. Sleeping with Sirens will definitely come back. I just ran into Martin literally the other day at this restaurant 3 or 4 days ago, and he was saying, "Bro, we were so stoked to play the cruise." I was like, "Bro, we're gonna hang tight."
Yeah, there's many cruises to come. What's your most memorable moment of the cruise there, like on both those years?
I mean, I have to say, when I get to perform live, I like that's aside from the When We Were Young side stage shows. I did that last year, and the year before. I believe I've done 2 of them. I only perform twice a year because I'm not going on a tour or anything. So like me getting to perform in front of like a sold out event for Emo's Not Dead, where the fans are screaming the lyrics along, like I've just never got to experience that in my old band much. So it's a pretty surreal experience to be able to sing my songs and have the crowd sing them back. I love it.
Dude, that's dope. So is there any like future stuff coming up for Your Broken Hero? Do you plan on doing some tours or anything?
Yeah, dude, I think so, man. Like, don't know what that looks like. Don't know when. There's a lot on the business side that I handle. So, we're working on a festival, and like it's somewhat hard to work on shit from the road. So I don't know. I don't know. And also, bro, it is expensive to tour comfortably.
I bet. No, dude, I totally hear you.
I'm not a 22-year-old dude anymore, so I can't tour in a broken down van like I used to. So like I'm gonna need some sort of RV or like tour bus. And bro, it's so much more expensive than people think. It's like insane. So I don't know what that looks like. I think it's like $1,500 per day to have like a tour bus with like a driver, something like that.
And that's US.
Yeah, and yeah, bro, it's so expensive that you hardly make money unless you're doing like, I don't know, bro, unless you're doing maybe 3,000 cap rooms plus. So if I'm on a tour right now and want to tour comfortably and bring a crew and pay a crew and have a bus to sleep in comfortably, and let's say I'm only playing in front of 1,000 people, I'm losing money doing that.
Yeah.
So the touring business is tough, man. It's really tough, but I want to do it. So hopefully we can figure it out sometime.
It's cool that you want to do it. I feel like even myself at like this age that I'm at, like not saying that you're old or anything, trust me, I feel like I'm old. Like going into the whole like content world or even like playing shows, dude, like I've talked to many people and interviews where I'm just like, I don't know how you do it, like day in, night out, and like sleeping on a bus and next city. And that's a lot. I mean, I would want some sort of comfort as well.
You know how they do it? They're used to it. That's it.
Probably. Yeah, I could see that.
I shot the Love Story video with Aaron Gillespie. I was with him last week in Nashville, and he literally went from Love Story to go from the video shoot, wrapped at 5, had dinner with his family, and then took off to the UK, I believe, to tour the UK. And they're used to it, man. It's all they've known for the last 20 years. And so that's what I'm going to say. I just think that they're fully used to it. You and I aren't used to it because we do our work on our computers and editing and the shit that we do. We're not used to it. We're used to sleeping in a comfy bed every night.
You have been through it though, have you not? I think I remember on one of your podcasts, like you've been like, it was fucking cold and snowy and wet and damp.
I've been through it for 4 years when I was younger.
Yeah. It's different when you're over 30.
When you're in your early 20s, sleeping in a fucking shitty van, like it's a lot easier.
Easy.
Like late 30s, nightmare.
Dude, my back hurts. I need the heating on in my car when I drive my wife to work in the middle of the summer. Like
yeah, bro.
It's bad, man.
It's not. Yeah, so like at my age now, I truly would want to be able to tour. And I don't need the fucking fancy bus.
Yeah.
I, Give me an RV. I'll take a fucking RV, something cozy.
Oh yeah.
Um, touring's tough, man. Touring's really tough.
I bet. So like being a content creator in that, what is the hardest part for you? Kind of putting your face on camera, doing what you do on the back end. What do you think is like the most like hurdly kind of thing for yourself?
Bro, I've been creating content, writing, producing, acting in, coming up with concepts, editing, all of it. I've been doing that since Vine in 2013. Vine was easy. Vine was really easy, but then it got a little bit more difficult when they went from 6 seconds to 30 seconds, and then from 30 seconds to a minute. And like our last video with Under Oath, I think is our longest. It's like a 6 minute long, almost like a mini little feature film. Um, Bro, I'm like burned out.
Oh
I
yeah.
coming up with new concepts over and over again and writing new scripts, man.
I think that's my biggest fear.
Bro, it's really tough. And I've I've felt this social media content creating burnout over like the last 2 years. That is part of my, I will say that does add to my seasonal depression that I'm feeling. Is it's really hard. Let's put it this way. I have a chat with my E.N.D team,
Mhm.
and we're like, hey, um, it's 2024. We're gonna need a bunch of felt emo videos, music videos, and I'm like, here we go.
Here
And
we
then I
go.
gotta and then I gotta start writing shit that I hope resonates with people. And so it's been tough, but what's weird is every single time I get past writing and producing, once we're on set, I'm having the time of my
That's
life.
so true. Yeah.
Once the video's out and people are enjoying my hard work, I'm on cloud nine and I can't wait to do it again. But then when I go to the next video, I'm like, fuck, I gotta write another video. Damn it. So I don't know. It's kind of bittersweet. There's pros and cons to it. It's not easy by any means to continue to create content on the regular, every day. But anyway, I mean, try my best. I'm trying my best.
Every day, yeah. I think that's I don't know what I'm thinking. It's tough, man. It is, and I think like even myself, I'll send you this video after. Like I still have to like kind of continue to edit it and stuff. So I'm like kind of working on more like scripty, kind of like TikTok kind of style content where I'm like, and I'm like one person, so like I have like my 360 cam that I filmed stuff on, and I think you'll really appreciate it and love it. It's just a
Yeah.
couple more tweaks that I got to do, so I'll send it over to you to see what your thoughts are. But like the thought of it, like, dude, that's what like kind of sparked my interest again. As much as I do reactions and that, where I'm like, yeah, it's great to listen to a song and breakdowns and stuff. I'm like, there's almost like a fatigue in a way when it comes to like someone's content in a way. I feel like that's kind of what it is with the reaction scene, but like it kind of gets me excited again and kind of break through that burnout of like wanting to do something more. And I think
Yeah.
I think my next question to you is like I know you're doing these and like your next biggest video was with Under Oath there. Like do you see yourself doing something even bigger than like YouTube videos and short form content?
Yeah, dude. So like
I
I've
mean, you
always
have
had
a
a
host that you're married to as well, so
yeah, and she's a host and actress, so she could be involved. So dude, like my dream is to do an Emo's Not Dead TV series.
Ooh.
I don't know if it would be called Emo's Not Dead, but it'd be very similar to the concept of what you've seen so far. Um, that is as you can imagine, a really big project, and so
Yeah.
I gotta put together a real team of writers and producers and directors. Like that's a big lift, but I would love to do that. And I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen Dave, Lil Dicky's Dave on FX?
I know Lil Dicky,
Lil
but
Dicky has yeah, he has a show. And to be honest, before his show came out, I had it's not a similar, I don't want to call it a similar concept, but it's a similar vibe that blurs the lines between, it's Lil Dicky playing himself and it's him wanting to make it as a rapper and him going into the world and he meets with some of his real life idols and there's real celebrity cameos. And I want to do the same thing with my Emo's Not Dead series, is a TV show where it is me and it is my wife and
it's kind of like
it's,
a sitcom kind of thing. Like,
um,
Not
it's a comedy.
sitcom, but
Yeah, not a
okay.
sitcom. It's a comedy. So I want to do a comedy TV series that kind of blurs the lines from reality of like
Mm.
real celebrity cameos, like not Mark Hoppus playing a Joe Schmo, Mark Hoppus being himself, and me going to beg Mark Hoppus to be on on an E.N.D song and like make it an actual comedy series. So that's
Bruh.
my goal. And there's a chance we might try to shoot it on our own, which means we might do another Kickstarter. If people like what we did with the album, then they're probably going to like what we're going to do with the TV series. And I do think that we can, I think that we're going to go for it. I don't know exactly,
Wow.
but I'd love to do a comedy TV series.
That's crazy. I don't know if you know, do you know Jared Dines?
No, I don't.
He's a big YouTuber in the metal scene, like one of the bigger ones, but he actually just I think it was last year, he did a like a YouTube series thing. They've had people approach him and everything as well. But they called it Music Mansion, and they had like a bunch of like musicians, and it's like kind of like a reality show of some
Oh,
sort. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. So like I can kind of see that moving forward a lot, like whether it's like on Netflix or Hulu or something like that. But like even in the YouTube world, like I love the broadness that you're talking about right now, because it just gets me excited and something to look forward to when it comes to content creating. Because I feel like a lot of us can get stuck in one place and we're comfortable, and I think that's where I've been for the last little bit, where it's like now I need to break the mold. I need to do some different things in that. So that gets me excited, man. I really hope you figure that out and do something with that.
thank you, dude. I think, I mean, listen, I'm passionate about it. And I
Yeah,
think if I put together the right team, we can make something really special. I just need the help,
I
you
bet
know?
it takes a big team for that, man. It really does. Ah, man, it
Yeah.
gets me excited. It gets me excited. You ever thought in your time, like doing all this stuff, that you'd be like hanging out with all these awesome people? Like you're hanging out with like Pierre from Simple Plan, like Spencer Chamberlain, fucking Jordan
Dude,
from Newfound Glory. Like, dude, these are, I think, all of our idols when it comes to music. So that's wild.
it's bro, it blows my mind. Like when this last cruise that I was on, so it was Yellow Card, Under Oath, Senses Fail,
Devil Wears
um,
Prada.
Wars Prada. It's wild because I walk onto the ship and I'm back. There's like an artist area where all the artists can hang. And they're just my buddies now. So like Ryan Key comes up, he's like, "What's up? There you are." Gives me a hug, tells me about his day. We're hanging out, and then Jordan Pundit comes by, and I'm like, I can't believe that these guys are my friends now. like these guys, like I looked up to these guys, and they were in my favorite bands, and now they're all my buddies. Like I was just in Nashville last week and shooting with Aaron Gillespie, and like he's like Mount Rushmore for the scene, right?
Yeah,
I'm shooting
that
with
video is
Aaron
great.
Gillespie, and then we had a I don't know, bro. It's we also did a and then the next day we did a felt emo video with Martin Johnson from Boys Like Girls. He was super fun to hang with, and it's just dude. I will say like I still don't get used to it because it's awesome. Like I
Yeah.
think it's so cool. I still look up to these guys. They're still legends, and I'm just honored that I get to like hang with them.
I love hearing that. And it's so humbling to hear that as well. Like as much as like I get to kind of have the same experience with a lot of the bands I listen to. It's really neat. Like even doing an interview with what's it, Jonathan from like the Ghost Inside. I've been listening to them for a long ass time. Chris Motionless, and it's like, wow, like I get the opportunity to do this, and just because I'm like sharing music with other people and
Yeah.
doing what we're doing, like, and the passion is definitely there, man. I love hearing that. What is your who is your top 3 bucket list right now that would fucking stalling right now. What am I doing? Who is your top 3 bucket list right now that that you would love to make either a song with, or like do a felt emo might delete video with,
Um,
that
I
you haven't
think
done one with?
I would love to do a video with Blink.
Yeah.
I've reached out. I've been in contact with Mark. I've been in contact with Tom. And it just, I mean, they're busy,
That's
they're
gonna be
big time.
hard.
So it's been really tough. I would love to do that. I'd love to do a video with Paramore, Haley
Mm,
Williams, awesome feature.
that'd be legendary there.
Um, I would love to do a video with Fallout Boy. I'd love to do a video with Mike Hem. They're also like those are like the biggest bands from our scene, and so they're a little bit harder to get a hold of, you
Hmm.
know. But yeah, those are probably like the top four that I'd want to work with now. I've been very fortunate to work with the majority of who I've wanted to. A lot of people have just been down and said yes. Like my all time that I Under Oath is who I've always wanted to work with.
Yeah.
And so that I've been able to work with Under Oath not only on two different songs, but now a Felt Emo video, like that's been really fun. But yeah, dude, so we'll see, man. I do think if we do a TV show, I feel like I have a little bit more pull on getting those guys to feature on a TV show, but we'll see.
Dude, I think it's crazy that you even had polls to like close out a ship full of like emo kids and everything in bands. Like that's even wild to even do that. So I love how you're using the polls for that to kind of gather those informations to get a really good gauge on what you want to do. And
Yep.
the fans just kind of pulling through and actually like following up with that as well. But
Yeah,
man,
pretty
I know we're both very busy. I don't want to take too much of your time. I've had an absolute blast with talking with you and learning about more of your story and more about the behind the scenes of Emo's Not Dead and what you want to accomplish. I can't wait. Like I honestly can't. Like the music videos alone, the Emo's Felt Emo might delete videos, like everything that you are on has been such an inspiration to myself. I think it's been a long time coming of like it blows my mind that I'm even sitting here. Like I feel like we're already friends anyway just because of like how much we kind of like DM and just say what's up. But I think you're doing a really good service to the emo scene and the music scene alone. Like, man, Warp Tour on water. Like I just love that concept. And I think we need that. I think everyone's just kind of wanting that. So I just want to say thank you so much for your time. I hope a lot of people get like a lot of, information from this. Look forward to seeing what you're doing in the future. Support your wife and everything that you guys are doing. And yeah, why don't you sign us off, land a plane here, and plug in whatever you need to do. Guys, go get his merch. Man, I'm repping the OG, like, Emo's Not like this is
bro.
a large and I'm like a extra large, so I'm like
Squeezing into it.
suffocating in it. So like I gotta get my fucking shit together.
I appreciate you rocking that merch. Obviously, reach out. We'll send you some more stuff. But yeah, if you guys are just experiencing or learning who I am for the first time, check out Emo's Not Dead. You can go to emosnotdead.com. We are a small brand, completely self-funded. So all your support goes into making more videos, more music videos, more music. So we got merch, we got coffee, and we are working on a festival. So however you guys want to support there would be great. And you can just follow us on I guess probably YouTube. I love getting follows on YouTube. So if you guys want to check out our YouTube channel, Emo's Not Dead, and that'd be great. Any and all support is appreciated.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, thank you so much for your time, guys. Matt Cutshall, give it up for him. Leave it down in the comments. Please go pick up some of his merch. I love it. I wanted to wear the camo one today, but I'm like, no, I'm going OG today. So
Gotta go OG.
thank you so much for your time, dude. And honestly, wish you the best and can't wait to see what you guys are coming out with next. And everybody that's listening right now, go listen to the new album. It is a banger. Straight up banger. Peace.
Thank you, brother. Peace out.